So what I have here is a 77 Datsun 280z OEM tank. I planned on using this and going to a in-tank pump setup for my EFI. And then I saw the Vintage Tank Solutions poly tank. I'll post the link down here in the description. It just showed up. Since I'm going turbo, I'm not sure if I want to use E85 or not. And this is, I won't have to worry about that. This is my, that's my straps, my rubber strap cover that goes on the tank. And then it goes on my straps. I'm running with the, I just ordered the skillet fuel tank straps, so hopefully those will be here soon. Let's get this opened up. Sit this down real quick. So here's what we have here. So let's just give it the same orientation. Just put them side by side. All right. So let me tell you, just on first feel pulling out the plastic, that felt great. Way lighter. Looks like they did a really good job at capturing all the details. It doesn't have this ridge on it, which I imagine doesn't matter. So this is what really sold me right here. So you can see here I got like this, the stock tank has like this extra bulge to it, which made it a little hard to remove this, sit the pump here, versus this is completely flat. Then you also don't have to duck off the OEM lines here. It doesn't have it here. Same thing here. So lack of a better word, it's like a big poly fuel cell. I'll go get some rubber to emulate putting these back on. My plan is I'm going with the the Holley fuel pump and the Tanks Inc. Arm-free fuel sending unit. Let's look. I gotta say, that's almost perfect. It is perfect. I mean, the tank weighs nothing. It weighs absolutely nothing, especially when compared to the stock tank. So, yeah. Gotta say, I like it. Here's the fuel sending unit here. So my initial plan, this is the C-ring needed for the fuel sending unit. And that's the gasket. The tank sink levelist. This is a 0 to 90 unit. Has a little hole here to let fuel in, and the float is inside. It just floats up and down. Tested, it's pretty cool. So I'll sit that about here. And then I have the Holley universal in-tank setup. I went with the hydromat, so this is not baffled inside. But I went with the hydromat. Watched plenty of videos on the hydromat. Pretty much keeps you a small surge of fuel. And this here, with this setup, I probably could have went with the square hydromat or the plus sign hydromat for more pickup area, but again, I'm driving my car like a normal guy. I'm sure it'll do fine for track. So this is the Holley universal pump setup. And so with this one, you can adjust the height of it and everything. And I'll sit that about right here. So that way I can access it in the stock location. But The Holly one has a vent on it as well, so that's another reason I like this one. So I don't have to put my own vent valve on here. It has a vent option, so I'll set that about there. And the great thing, it has these flip out arms, so that way you don't have to do the extra ring inside. I may look and see if, just because it's a poly tank, I may look and see if Holly sells the matching C-ring like so, and I'll place the C-ring inside before, so that way these clips have something to get to where they're not trying to pull through the plastic. My plan, so I'm gonna open this hole up here so that this will face like so, but I'm gonna open this up so that I can access this from the tank. And what you can see here, when the tank goes in, it goes in like this, right? And if you look at the stock tank, you can see that, let me turn it. You see the stock tank here? They shortened this hump out instead of it going full way. So now I'll be able to, I'll put my pump in here like so, and then I can route my hoses this way just fine, and then I'll sit the sending unit probably here or so. Another nice thing to go along with the baffle, since they didn't do a baffle, they do what's called a baffle wall. So you have this protrusion going up and in to about right here, but it's able to let the fuel slide in through the sides. This is to stop the side to side sloshing of the fuel. You know how the stock tank has a metal flap right here. I ain't gonna turn the light on, but you have a stock tank, so you know you have like a metal box here. So this is to stop the sloshing. So with the hydromat in, I should go to about right there, plenty of area to pick up. Solid quality. I gotta say, I really like it. Who is this for? This is for the guy who wants to put something stockish back. You're not looking to cut up, you know, you're not looking to remove your spare tire well. Yeah, I know they have aluminum tanks out there and whatnot. To me, those never looked the part of a nice finished tank. I like this myself. I think a lot of people will like this. It's like a big poly fuel cell, pretty much, ready for you to do modern things with our cars, which a lot of us are doing. I mean, even if you want to retain the stock look, good from the bottom, I'm sure once it's in the car, it's going to look nice and stock. So I'm waiting on my C-ring for this to show up. I already have the C-ring for the tank sink unit. They're just stainless rings. They go on the back side of the poly, so that way you don't try to pull through the poly while tightening up. And I'm also waiting on my skillet stainless straps. Once those get in, I'll do my install. I'm probably going to run braided PTFE from front to back, and I'm going to go with probably a aeromotive fuel pressure regulator for the, excuse the mess, for the L280Z. So yeah, probably run that from front to back, makes it easy. The pump itself has the return on it as well, so everything's accounted for. The pump I went with is a 60, I want to say this is it's Holly's pump. It's a 60 PSI pump, so I think I'll have to cut it down. Well, I won't have to regulate as much as going with like 100 PSI pump, so cool. I'll get the new video up here in a little bit. Well, I'll try to get a video up here in about a month or so. Got some stuff I'm doing, but get that together. But this tank is solid. I'll put the link to the tank in the description. They currently only do the late 66 to 78 tanks. They're in the works for the earlier tanks. This is really nice. Yeah. Very solid. Excuse my dirty floor. I've been doing some woodwork, but yeah, like it. Let's check.